Hello, this is Colette Gutierrez's PowerPoint presentation on learning styles for the Quid 101 TED Talks with Professor Kim Sheffer. There are three different types of learning styles: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. While everyone relies on all of these to learn effectively, it's very common to naturally rely on one of them more than the others. Auditory learners are able to retain the most information when they are able to hear it. When they are recalling material, they will think in words and sounds versus seeing a picture in their head. Instructions seem the most clear to them when they are verbally given, and they are fantastic listeners and can usually recall great details of what someone has said. They are also usually very quick at picking up song lyrics. Visual learners are able to learn information the most effectively when they are able to look at or watch their material. When they recall information, it appears in their mind as an image, such as words on a page or a picture. Visual learners can easily understand written instructions, and they rely on visual aids such as graphs, charts, and diagrams. Kinesthetic or tactile learners are easily able to recall information if they've been given the opportunity to physically do it. They enjoy working with their hands and appreciate learning that is an active experience. An example of this could be taking a laboratory class. These individuals have strong muscle memory. When being tested on something, their mind goes to how they once did it before. Which learning style do you have? Next, we are going to do a test. The instructions are: students will take out a piece of paper and divide it into 3 equal parts. The first box will be used to test their audio learning skills. They will be read a short academic article and then given a verbal quiz. They will write their score in this box. There will be 10 questions in total. The second box will be used to test the visual learning skills by reading a short academic article and then given the quiz questions to write down before answering them. There will be 10 questions in total. The third box, the individual will be taught 15 seconds of simple dance moves with the teacher and then asked to perform what they remember by themselves. They will write their score in this box. There will be 10 moves in total. Each time they forget or do a step wrong, 10 points will be deducted. The box with the highest score is your most dominant learning style. So now that you have figured out your dominant learning style, we are going to go over helpful tips and suggestions that can further your success. If you're an auditory learner, it's important to be able to clearly listen to what you're learning. Sitting in an area of your classroom or lecture hall where you can easily hear your professor. If too many visuals are distracting for you during a presentation, try focusing on something simple like a blank piece of paper and taking notes as you listen. When studying your notes, you could say them out loud. Remember, your mind tends to recall sounds versus images. If you are confused on any subject matter, asking the teacher or another person who understands the material to verbally explain it will give you greater clarity. If you wanted to get really creative, you could also turn your notes into a rap or a song. You would also do well with audiobooks versus physical textbooks. If you're a visual learner, being able to see your material is going to bring you the greatest success. Positioning yourself in a classroom where you can easily watch the presentation and professor would be very helpful. When given reading assignments, physically read the text in a book or ebook. Don't rely on audiobooks. You might find it helpful to color code your notes as well as creating visuals. An example of this could be if you learned about mitochondria being the brain of a cell in your science class, you could draw a brain next to those notes about mitochondria. If you are a kinesthetic or tactile learner, then movement is going to be very important for you to incorporate in your learning process. In a traditional classroom setting, this is going to require a little creativity. Let yourself fidget. You can get a stress ball that you squeeze in class. You could allow your leg to bounce up and down. Maybe you wiggle your pen back and forth in your hand. This learning style tends to feel antsy from sitting too long, so plan out breaks in between classes and make room for physical activity. When studying, you could consider a standing desk or reviewing and/or reading course material on a stationary bike or treadmill. What have you learned? The next activity, students will flip over their quiz paper that was divided into 3 equal parts and write down their most dominant learning style and 2 tips or ideas they have learned that could help them with their future success. My references for this PowerPoint presentation were the articles Identification of Preferred Learning Style of Medical and Dental Students Using VARC Questionnaire by Ayesha Fahim and A Study on the Importance of Learning Styles in Foreign Language by Gulhanem Unsal. Again, this was Colette Gutierrez. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Goodbye.